Right guys, back with another YouTube. Today we're on the road because I've got a client competing down at the PCA First Timers. It's my junior client Danny, he's doing the tall junior category. Really busy show. I think there's over 450 competitors doing this show, so should be a big class, but he's well prepared. He's worked really hard for this and I'm excited to see how he's getting on. We've done a check-in today already. You're not getting much sleep when you're one day out leading into the show day, so we were both up. I was up at 20 to 4 and I messaged Danny when I got up and he was already, he read it straight away, so he was up nice and early. We got a good meal in at about 6 AM just before, and we'll get another meal in at 9 AM because he gets on stage at about 10:30, so trying to juggle being nice and full but also making sure that his midsection still nice and flat, no distension. And yeah, this week we had a nice carb up, 500 grams of carbs the last few days, maybe 400 on the Wednesday, today being the Sunday. So yeah, he's on point, dieted really hard. We've been working together for maybe, I want to say 26 weeks, something like that, maybe a little bit longer. The prep has been itself maybe about 20 weeks, but we've come down nice and steadily. He's grew into the show as well, so really excited to see all of that hard work pay off today. And yeah, I've got Jenny driving me down to Birmingham. Very grateful for that, as I myself am now 13 days out, so this takes a lot of the stress away. Coming down here on my own, early doors, getting back late would have been difficult, but Jenny has made today much easier already, with sorting food in the morning and just the journey itself. We've also got Maggie, who's in the back. I don't know if she's just chilling. We've got a perfectly good bed, but she's not bothered. So yeah, I got that first meal in. I got a little clip of that, and you saw me getting some of my meals together. So today is a high day for me. After today, I'll be pushing really hard, pretty much right through until I carb up for my show. So today I'm 13 days out, so yeah, 750 grams of carbs going in today. It was actually going to be 500, and then yesterday I got like a 1.6 kilo drop overnight, and Jenny will agree, like, the body's changed loads in the last couple of days, so it's warranted. You don't want to go into this last depletion, potentially 9 days of digging for the the first show, the carb up, and to get flat after 2 or 3 days, to be like risking losing muscle. So I'm filling out today because I know next week is going to be really tough, and I know that it's going to be longer. Normally I do carb up every Sunday, I'll be skipping it next Sunday, so I know that I need some carbs in reserve to have a good week of training and to not fade away, because that's really important. That this prep's gone really well. I feel like I've grown into the show, I've maintained all my muscle. I don't want to start sacrificing tissue at this point. So yeah, kind of preempting that this week's going to deplete me a lot by putting some carbs in today. So you saw there I had eggs, turkey and oats. The rest of the day it's going to be like cod and rice, and I've got some jam and rice cakes just because it's 750 carbs, so 150 grams of carb per meal. I have to try and keep the food volume low because I don't want to blow my midsection. And then I think the last 2 meals I've got like beef isolate and some Weetabix, and then beef isolate and some cream of rice. So I'll get a few clips of them through the day, but more importantly I'll show you how Danny's looking, introduce him, and obviously get some clips of the show itself and let you know the result. But really excited for this. It's nice to be able to come down here, be refeeding, not be super depleted, so I can be really present and full of energy for Danny. It's the first time I've documented a client show on YouTube, and hope you guys enjoy. And obviously we've got our coffee on the road, so
cheers.
No show day journey would be complete without a coffee to keep you going.
Your numbers are visible and that you are posing towards the judges.
Let's go, Danny! Let's go, Danny!
Quarter turn to your right, facing the front. Last one. Side tricep. Gentlemen facing the rear.
Right guys, just back at the car, just been catching up with Danny after his show, and unfortunately no placing today. I was really happy with how he looked. As you'll have seen in the clips there, he was nice and lean, really full. I don't think the peak could have went any better. I think we really nailed the look today. But you know, you can't control who turns up, and there was 12 competitors in his class, and the standard of these shows, especially the first timer shows, you know, guys, you know, picked these show dates well in advance. They prep for a long time, and some of the juniors, you know, it can vary a lot. Some guys could be, you know, right at the top of the age limit, and they could have been training for 5 or 6 years, whereas Danny, maybe he's been training only 3 years for bodybuilding, maybe less. So, you know, you've got time to make up, ground to make up, and even myself, you know, I was a good junior. I won a handful of shows as a junior, as an under 18 as well, but I wasn't a massive junior. And you know, for some of us, we are late bloomers, so to speak. You know, I was a good junior, but I feel like I'll be a much better open competitor, you know, with the muscle maturity and stuff like that. And whilst Danny's a great junior, I think that his physique will continue to develop. He's got really good structure and potential, as you can see. Nice small hips, wide shoulders, and great muscle bellies, like the roundness in his shoulders and his thighs, the way he's sweet. You know, when he adds to that frame, given he's so tall and it's a big skeleton to fill out, I think, you know, he's only 22 now. By the time he's 25, 26, he'll be a force to be reckoned with, and he just needs an off season. We've made a lot of progress whilst he's been in a deficit. You know, his body's changed a lot on low food, so just imagine when we up food and we give ourselves the time to grow. So really excited for that. Obviously, he's a competitive person. He's a bit disappointed, but you know, I would be too. You know, you pour so much into your show, 20-25 weeks of preparation to not get what you've worked for, because everybody trains to win, but everybody's in the same boat. You know, nobody's working any less hard than anyone up there. They all deserve, you know, the outcome that they've worked for, but ultimately you've got to respect what the judges decide. I'm really pleased with how he looked. I'm really pleased with the way he handled himself after the show. Obviously everybody wants to win, but he was really humble and really happy with the experience, and he seems to have just, like, it's lit more fuel and motivation for him to carry this forward into his off season and to have a really successful second season when that comes around. And we'll probably do a cluster of shows next time, just to really develop more stage time. As you could see on the video, you know, he didn't look like a first timer up there when it came to his stage presence. He was really confident and he hit his poses well, and I was really proud of that. And yeah, there's just so much more to come. And you know, he's got time on his side as a 22-year-old competitor. You know, he could not even hit his prime until he's in his 30s. So much more to come. Really proud to be a part of his journey and to help him get this bodybuilding underway, you know, from a competitive standpoint. And all in all, really successful day, and I enjoyed seeing him, you know, celebrate his hard work, and then obviously his family there supporting him as well. It was an awesome opportunity to meet them and to cheer him on. And yeah, just feeling really motivated after that. You know, obviously I'm getting on stage in 13 days, and it's nice to come to these shows and see all of these guys, you know, celebrate their hard work. And yeah, it's fired me up. Okay, so back on the road, we've got another coffee. I've got 200 grams of cod and 100 grams of rice. I've also got 75 grams of jam, and I'll be spreading that on 5 rice cakes. That's what I had for meal 2, and it's what I'm having again for meal 3. So yeah, keeping the fats a bit lower during this kind of refeed, but still getting a good amount of carbs in, and some simple sugars just to keep my waist tight. Okay, that's us back from Birmingham. I think we got that done in about 10-11 hours there and back. We could have stayed overnight maybe, but wanting to be in a normal routine tomorrow, with tomorrow being Monday, train chest at Ultra Flex, you know, everything's the same. I'm only 13 days out, like I say, so I don't want to change too many variables, and we don't want to get back super late. So we've managed to get back at about 4:30. It was chucking it down in Birmingham all day, so we didn't get that many steps done. I think we're at 5,000 now, and I've got to get my 10,000 for the day, so we'll go out and do that. But first I've got meal 4. So you saw that the first few meals was like, you know, the eggs and the oats. I had fish and rice and some rice cakes and jam. This meal, it's a little bit slow digesting. I've got some Weetabix, so I've got 9 Weetabix, and then alongside that I've got 124 grams of banana, and then I've got 400 ml of almond milk. Now, whether it's a normal day on the diet or a refeed, I try to be really accurate. So I know that this is 117 grams of carbs, this is 31 grams of carbs, and this is 2 grams of carbs. So all in all, it equates to 150 grams of carbs, no more, no less. So I try and be really accurate with that. And with that, I've got my beef isolate, which I always have. Now, on a normal day, I have 50 grams of protein per meal. I'll normally have a bit more of this, but I have 40 grams of protein per meal when I'm carving up. If I reduce my daily total from 250 to 200 on a refeed, 50 grams of protein's gone, therefore 200 calories are gone as well. So it kind of compensates slightly for the fact that my carbs have increased. I bring the protein down slightly because I don't need as much protein when I'm eating that much carbs, because carbs are protein sparing, but also it means I can pull 200 calories out and not have the carbs impact my composition all that much. So I can still, to a degree, kind of burn fat even though I'm filling up my glycogen stores. So yeah, gonna get this in, and I'll update you at the last meal. Okay, so last meal today is another beef isolate shake, so 40 grams of protein from that, and then from the carbohydrates I've got 150 grams of carbs from the Trained by JP chocolate hazelnut spread, so it's Nutella core, and I'll have that with hot water and a bit of sweet cinnamon, which I'll show you once it's made up. Okay, like I said, beef isolate and the most volumized bowl of core I could make. So yeah, 150 grams. Not gonna lie, I did have to get Jenny to intervene there because I was gonna fuck it up. And yeah, very happy with the outcome. That's gonna be a nice finisher for the refeed and pre-bed treat. So yeah, I'm hoping this refeed sends me up about 2 kilos. Like when I run 750, normally I do jump up about 2.5 kilos. Today's been lower fat, like I had the cod. You know, previous weeks I've had salmon and beef. So it's been a little bit more moderate in terms of the overall calories, but I've still had 750 grams of carbs. I've got a hard, 10 days of pushing before I start carbing up for the show. So I didn't want to go into it over depleted. We've been looking at my physique, me and Jenny, what my weight's been doing, what my body's been doing visually. Conditions come right in, especially the last like 72, 48 hours. So we knew that this was warranted. And the last thing you want is to do a little bit of a carb up and then within the next 48 hours I'm flat as a pancake and potentially losing tissue. So I want to go into tomorrow, Monday, really full. I'm ready to push hard for 9, maybe 10 days because during this prep I feel like I've managed things really well. I haven't lost that fullness and that pop, and I've gotten stronger throughout the prep. I don't want to sabotage myself in these last 2 weeks, just sitting really flat. So big feed today. I don't feel like I've gained a lot today. I feel like my body's digested everything well. I look in the mirror now, I'm not bursting full, but that could all change by the time everything's been digested and I wake up tomorrow. Hopefully weight is up, and that will set me up for a really successful week of training and obviously allow me to offset any potential muscle loss because I'm this lean now. Condition is really coming in. Just see that the joints are drying out as well. But I don't want to sacrifice any tissue. I've worked hard to maintain it as I've came down and even build it, and I'm not willing to lose it in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, I'll get this in now, but hope you guys enjoyed. It was a bit of a shorter video today, but please, again, like I say, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll try and bring you a few more before the end of the prep, even though I'm really feeling it now. But yeah, thanks again guys.